Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You looking warm over there?
Hey, I'm sitting I'm on the road and I'm just like, let me pull over and I gotta meet up with POC this morning. That's the
Yeah.
most important thing.
Yes, yes. Well, quickly introduce yourself so we can get right into the conversation.
Hey, I'm Greg Jenkins. I'm a professor in the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Sciences at Penn State, and that's the main thing that we need to focus on this morning.
Yeah. So, Greg, when it comes down to this storm, let's get into it. People are buying the water. People are running, to the grocery store. They're buying up all the salt. Talk to me a little bit about it. And it's starting all the way from Texas and coming all the way up to Boston, right?
Yep, yep. This is historic in the sense that it's probably going to be a billion-dollar disaster type of storm. You
Hmm.
know, one of those high-end events, high impact. Um, and normally, this kind of storm, I would just say, is a typical nor'easter, but it's got so much more to it that makes it probably a major disaster over the next week.
And when you say that, talk to me a little bit about that because that gets people at the edge of their seat. You got to explain it just a little bit more
Right.
in detail.
All right, let me go into detail. So first, stay calm. The second, you got to be prepared. So first, we got the snow coming in on Sunday morning. That's a one-day event. And we're talking 1 foot, maybe 18 inches of snow in some places, but we're also going to have ice.
Hmm.
So even if it does change over, you're going to get 8, 10 inches of snow with a bunch of sleet on top of it. That's going to be hard to shovel. That's one thing. The roads are going to be very difficult, but this is kind of a one, two, three punch because you got ice. Ice is very hard, so it makes the driving treacherous. But then we got this cold air, so Philly won't get above freezing until February. So whatever's on the ground is going to be on the ground, and it's going to cause really a lot of major problems for the supply chain in terms of trucks getting to supermarkets. It's going to threaten the grid in terms of down trees and power lines. Because it's going to be so cold, it's very possible that we're going to have water main breaks or water lines freezing in people's houses. And then, we got to worry about heat because if
Hmm.
power goes, then heat is a problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Those are all of the like real serious concerns about the
But that is
storm.
that comes with the effect of the storm. But preparing for the storm, we're looking at just one day of actual snowfall.
Yeah, one day, I mean, again, one major day of snow and ice,
Hmm.
again, where that could, in fact, create down power lines and trees, and just driving is going to be really difficult.
And would you say for our area, our region, right? Let's just open it up a little bit. We have
Hmm.
Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey
Hmm.
for our region. Talk to a little bit about that region. Delaware is going to get hit the most. New Jersey, like what should it look like coming from the shoreline? Like, talk to me a little bit about that, Greg.
So further south you go, you're probably going to go rain or freezing rain, but Philly and north is mainly snow with some ice on top of it. So maybe some hours of sleet on top of it. So from 7 a.m. Sunday through probably early morning hours of Monday, we got falling precipitation. So
Okay.
whether it's ice, sleet, or snow or freezing rain is one of those.
And when it comes down to this particular type of storm, a lot of people say we haven't had something like this since 2016, almost a decade ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since Philly's gotten this much snow, but it's just the high impact event. So the snow followed by the very cold temperatures that is compounded on top of it. And then on top of that, as you might know, the Trump administration has made major cuts to, emergency management. So we don't know how they're going to respond to the millions of people across, I don't know, 10, 15 states, their ability to help out at the local and state level, that's probably unknown. But
Hmm.
governors will probably be calling states of emergency like Sunday, Monday. So we'll just have to see how all that works out.
Ask you if you're able to answer this question. I know you're a meteorologist, but I wanted to be able to ask you this question. How is a storm like this created, right? Like, is this something that's been brewing since July of 2025, like because of all all the stuff that we're doing with the water and the heat, and now we're getting the effect in January 26th? Like, talk to me, like, how does a storm like this even get created? Because like you said, this is a very large storm, and this is something that's affecting 10 to 15 states.
Yeah, so, if you look at what's happened so far this winter, we've been getting cold shots from Canada. And typically, when we go warm, it's raining. And this is the last month. It really doesn't matter where you are. It's been rain, but we've had an unusual situation. So, if I told you where is the warming the greatest this winter, I would tell you it's the polar regions. So,
Hmm.
the Arctic Circle, Greenland, Canada, that's actually been
I'm
well above.
like, I'm just joking.
Greenland is a tipping point. So, we better keep our eye on that. But the truth is that that area has been well above normal. Now, when the polar region starts to warm, we believe that the polar vortex becomes unstable. So we actually get more cold air spilling into the US. And this will continue until some point like 2070 when there's no ice in the polar regions. But for now, it seems that the polar vortex is unstable. And so we see more cold air spilling, even though that area is well above normal in terms of being warm.
Hmm.
So this situation was we got this cold Arctic polar vortex come down these last few days, and it's going to get worse next week. And the moisture from the south has come up. So this is an unusual kind of combination where we have ice, snow, and cold all coming together at once. And then the cold air remains locked in place through early February.